Hello guys, welcome to today's episode of Sporting and Out, and today we'll be looking into the EPL. First of all, we'll be giving the rundown of the Premier League post game, the next fixtures, and also we'll be giving our discussion and the match of the day. Yeah, so I'll be giving you the previous games. So Everton were held on a 1-1 draw as to its West Ham. Southampton were defeated by Wolves 2-1. Manchester City unfortunately took a draw versus Brighton, and that's really deepened their hopes for top four this season. Ipswich were defeated by Nottingham Forest. That game ended 4-2. Bournemouth were defeated by Brentford at home. That game ended 2-1. Arsenal defeated Chelsea 1-0. What we can say, London was red. Fulham defeated Tottenham 2-0, while Manchester United were the last game of the day and they defeated Leicester City 3-0. So for now, let me just give you the next game's fixtures before we go into the proper topic of the day. So the next game's fixtures will start April 1st. That's after the international break. We all know all clubs have gone for the international break. So it will be starting with Wolves. Wolves will be playing West Ham. Arsenal will play for Nottingham Forest will take on Manchester United. Southampton would be taking on Crystal Palace. Bournemouth will be taking on Ipswich. Brighton will be taking on Aston Villa. Newcastle will be taking on Brentford. Manchester City will be taking on Leicester City. And Liverpool will be taking on Everton, while Chelsea will be taking on Tottenham Hotspur. So first of all, I'll be asking you, what are your predictions on the Chelsea-Tottenham game? Chelsea. For Chelsea, Chelsea are a side that we always believe that they are a good side, and Tottenham are a team that I don't think it's a coach problem. It's a problem that was caused by injuries. This season they've not really had access to many of their players, and that has really been weighing down on them. Tottenham are a team that I can't predict who is going to win that game. And I think versus Chelsea. In Tottenham, I think they're actually missing Harry Kane and Solanke. They're missing those two players, and Son can't actually do it all. And so I think Chelsea. I think that game should end as a draw. Yeah, because Chelsea side is not really. But Chelsea wants to actually move to retain their space on the top four, and also Tottenham does not want to go to relegation. So what else? The other game is Arsenal Fulham. What are your predictions for? Arsenal is a very, very, very brilliant team. They are number 2, and they've been number 2 for a long time on the Premier League. Don't you think Nottingham Forest too wants to climb up on the table as well? Yes, Nottingham Forest wants to climb up, but they are going to be playing against Manchester United. Yeah. So, but Manchester United is not a small side. I think the last time we met, I've forgotten what we played them, but Manchester United to Nottingham Forest. I don't think this is a game that Manchester United will want to play with. We are trying to get to the top 10 at least. Yeah. Even if we don't even get to any European positions, we just want to get into the top 10. So we will not finish in the 15th or 16th position. So I believe that Arsenal is going to win the game. Yeah, so Arsenal is going to win the game, while Manchester United should edge theirs as well. So what other game am I seeing? Okay, Brighton, Aston Villa. What are your predictions in scoreline? The scoreline. What do you think that scoreline will be? Brighton versus Aston Villa. I think for the favor of Manchester United, I really think that Aston Villa should edge that.
Because
One goal to zero.
Alright, the current season for Aston Villa has been superb. They've been playing very good football this season.
Yes, even in the
Even
Champions League.
League as well. So I see them edging that over
Yeah, so that's it on our pre and post game. So we are going to be moving to the topics of the day.
Yes.
So topic of the day, first topic we are going to be talking about is going to be away from the Premier League. It's going to be Premier League sides facing off in the Carabao Cup final. That was Liverpool versus Newcastle, where Liverpool lost another cup.
And Newcastle actually won their first trophy in 70 years. I loved the mentality Newcastle actually took in that game, because Newcastle, after scoring those 2 goals, they were actually the sides that were actually dangerous. They were dangerous. They scored 3 goals actually. One was rolled out for offside. So that shows you how powerful, how good dangerous the Newcastle team is. And if you have a player like Isiak on your team, just be rest assured that those goals are going to come.
I heard that Arsenal are going to bid for Isiak next season.
Is one of their top targets for next season. But everybody are saying this for Arsenal. Is it a striker they need, or they need a good defense?
I actually think that they need a striker. They need someone who can finish aside, because when they lost out on Bukayo Saka, they didn't have any other person to fill in that spot, and Bukayo Saka is out for the season. He can't come back this season, and unfortunately
I think is Bukayo Saka. I don't know. I think he's trying to rush his recovery. So probably towards the end of the season we might see Bukayo actually play some games.
9 games remaining. I don't think that's really going to be possible. But let's see what the Arsenal side can do. So what do you think about 70 years without a trophy?
Yeah, if we talk about 70 years without a trophy, it's not really the fault of the players. It's just that the trophies didn't come at
the better sides.
Better sides. Maybe probably because they've actually, you won't say they are bad, because they've actually been in several finals. Manchester United edged them in the Carabao Cup finals, and also they've been in some finals as well with Manchester United and the likes of Liverpool and the rest. And they've not won any. So you can just say that they were not the better side at those seasons, and probably the players they had in those seasons were not the standard of players that are playing right now in the season. Players like Isiak and then the rest. So I think 70 years being crossed with just one trophy.
I'm really happy. I saw a funny picture of the CEO of Newcastle on the bed lying down with the trophy. That was really hilarious. I actually feel for Liverpool losing out of two not two finals, rather two cups, two competitions in one week, and that I think this is their worst week in the Premier League. They are used to scoring penalties, used to scoring goals, but this time they were not given any penalties.
That brings us to the conversation of Mo Salah. Do you think Mo Salah still stands a chance of winning the Ballon d'Or?
Like we've seen online on social media, they go there's one media outlet that is bringing out a ranking. They normally do the rankings. Last year, unfortunately, they put Vinicius Junior as the winner, and by the end of the day, we saw that Rodri took it. This season, this time around, Mo Salah was number 1, and as he lost those 2 finals, he moved to number 6. And we can actually say that to me, when we've discussed this, we've talked about this before. Mo Salah is dead and buried. The conversation is not that Mo Salah is dead and buried. The conversation of him winning the Ballon d'Or is dead and buried, because Mo Salah has lost 2 finals in a week.
Yeah,
And other of his counterparts, which are the Rafinhas, the Mbappes, they are still in
So for me, I would put Rafinha and Kylian Mbappe above Mo Salah because Kylian Mbappe has 2 trophies this season. Rafinha has a trophy this season, and in the Ballon d'Or, trophy matters. It's not just by the goals. It's not by the plays. Trophy matters. Mo Salah in the African Cup of Nations hasn't been performing very well like that. He scores goals, yes, but in qualifiers. But when it comes to the major tournaments, it doesn't really turn up.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that he is the current highest goal scorer in the World Cup qualifiers. He always turns up in qualifiers, but in the competitions, I think he goes to.
I think I saw a record where they said Mo Salah hasn't performed brightly in eight or more finals, and I think that's a very poor stat.
I watched the game versus Newcastle, and Mo Salah was a ghost. I didn't really see him make any impact or anything. So by the way, putting Mo Salah in the conversation. So what do you think about Victor Osimhen? His chances of winning the African Best Player for the second time.
Yeah, for now, Victor Osimhen stands a very huge chance. If he's topping the Turkish league as well, and is the top scorer, and they are also topping the Turkish league. Galatasaray is topping the Turkish league, and you can't really say if Mo Salah actually wins the EPL and has highest goals, if Victor Osimhen also does the same in the Turkish league, they are on the same category to win the AFCON, and it now boils down to the coaches, to the captains, and whoever is going to be
and the AFCON tournament as well.
Yeah, the AFCON tournament as well should actually play a role, but that is if because I don't think the CAF awards should be done during the AFCON. So I think the AFCON should actually play a part in picking the winner of it. So I just wish Nigeria good luck in that. I wish Victor Osimhen is our own person.
Yes.
We wish him good luck here.
Yeah, just like Nigeria has been winning back to back. We've won back to back 2023 and 2024 CAF Best Player.
Yes. And also the female, we have our own Agbabola winning it 6 times. And so I think Nigeria is actually showing that we are the giant of Africa, and also we are doing that in the football scene as well.
So kudos to them. So I think that brings us to an end.
Not an end, but we just want to talk about the Chelsea and Arsenal game. What are your thoughts on it before we leave?
The Chelsea versus Arsenal. Chelsea Arsenal. We've touched about it earlier, and it was a very interesting tie. Chelsea. When I watched the game, and I was so angry because Arsenal just scored only 1 goal and just went to defend, and they were making some plays here and there. Like the Lewis Kelly play where he tried to but I think that was like the only chance that they had after that. The goal. And Kopama was dropped from the list completely, and Chelsea fans were like, we've lost the whole game, and like.
But for me, watching that game, because I watched that game, and I was actually looking for some plays, some actions, and the game was, in quotes, it was boring, because I just saw a play of total nonsense from both teams, because whereby teams wasting chances. I really felt Arsenal could have buried that game even in the first half.
Yes, with like 3 goals.
With like 3 goals.
What's one?
Yeah, not 1-0. No 1-0 is very.
Although I was happy about the loss for Chelsea because.
But that 1-0
wasn't befitting. It was like I was expecting 3-0, 4-0, 5-0.
From a side like Arsenal. that they call Arsenal. They didn't really show that in London.
Yeah.
So that's the end of our show today, and please